The occasion that has brought us together today is the launch of the Regional Center of Excellence for Biodiversity, Forests, and Seascape Ecosystems Management. It is a center that will serve 24 countries in the Eastern and Southern Africa region, covering the 3 ecosystems that are critical to the realization of the UN's SDGs, the African Union's Agenda 2063, and more specifically, the climate change agenda that His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, is championing on the African continent, with you, our guest of honor, at the forefront.
The importance of this particular project that we have launched today is that it will provide information to our countries on how they can make decisions based on how biodiversity and forestry and seascapes are expanding or growing in our regions. If there are any challenges that we have, for example, in the conservancies, the forestry or the wildlife sectors, we will be able to pinpoint where it's happening, how it's happening, and what are some of the efforts that the decision makers can make to ensure that this does not continue happening.
The Regional Center of Excellence is poised to play a pivotal role in advancing the implementation of key international agreements, including the Convention on Biodiversity, the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, and not to mention the Sustainable Development Goals.
As a partnership, we are really well equipped to handle all kinds of data that would be needed for managing forests and ecosystems across the region.
Yeah, our national ecosystem restoration strategy, which is very holistic and covers different ecosystems. In there, we are targeting to do 15 billion trees in the next 10 years. Our forest cover stands at 8.3% currently. Our tree cover stands at 12.3%. And we want to move that 12.3 to 30% in the next 10 years. So we have 17% to work hard around. And like I mentioned, one of the critical aspects of that initiative is the monitoring and evaluating how many trees we are growing, also monitoring the maturity of the trees and the success of the entire program in the next 10 years. And we have an application that we have worked on with various partners. And now with the partnership with the Regional Center on Resource Mapping and all the other players who can come in together is to ensure, again, the monitoring and evaluation aspect of our resources is up to date.
Ogwonchoreria, or Amazing Voice of Victory